Will Sorisha come back as the cast member of The Real Housewives of Durban when the show gets renewed, possibly? Or will she leave the show? Or is this the perfect time for her to exit the show with grace? That is the burning question on everyone's lips, and she had something to say. Hi there, my name is Gudutomo, and I'm back again with your latest training news. Now, after the explosive second part of The Real Housewives of Durban Season 4 reunion, all of us are asking ourselves the very same question, whether Sorisha, this is isikhathi sakhe sokuthi ashiye the show, or will she come back next season, or she won't come back. I think she had something to say, but before we get to that, we saw the reunion, the second part at Drope Namhlanje by Showmax, that it got really intense for Sorisha. She got really emotional, she got tearful, and then she ended up leaving the ladies, and then she didn't come back. And a lot of us are actually concerned or asking ourselves the same question, ukuthi uzobuya yini next season, because it seems as though that this was the most emotional season for her ever or to date since the show premiered. Today namhlanje we saw ukuthi uNeil tried to address, or he was present at the reunion. He was present, he was ready to share his side of the story, but apparently something happened before the show was filmed. So I saw with Maria saying that uNeil was asked to leave. And then at some point also, I don't know if I'm not mistaken, but Blair, I think, said by who. And then also Sorisha said that he upset my husband. And there was a time where Maria also said that were threatened. So it seems as though that the ladies felt uncomfortable or to say izinto because they were threatened. I don't know by who, but Viv has been trending, the husband of Sorisha. He's been trending on social media that apparently he said something to uNeil or to even Bona. So that's why they felt a bit uncomfortable to talk about things. And that's why uNeil couldn't address a lot of the things. He then decided to just say he apologized to Sorisha and then just literally walked out. So the burning question is that Sorisha, will she continue to be part of the show? I mean, we were all introduced to Sorisha during the first season of the show. And we've seen a transformation yakhe. From the first season, she was always someone like a mediator, someone who would solve problems between the two groups. But now this season, it wasn't the best season for her. I mean, Sorisha is married to a billionaire, and you wouldn't want to be in such compromising situations whereby stuff is being said about your marriage or about your family and about yourself, because there's a lot that transpired this season around, and a lot of derogatory names were shared about her name, and a lot of stuff was said about her marriage. And personally, I wouldn't want to be in such compromising situations. So that's why a lot of people are saying this is a time for her to exit the show with grace, because you wouldn't know what's going to happen on the next season. Maybe it's going to tarnish her reputation. A lot of bad stuff are going to be said about her. So she needs to pack her bag and leave the show now until it gets messier for her. And also the fact that the previous seasons, a lot of the things were not said about Sorisha Parumshato wake, but this time around it was a different ball game. The ladies were ready to, squabble with her and say things about her. Even uNeil had a lot to say. What's going to happen on the next season of the show when she comes back? And even besides the fact that uNeil was allegedly told to not mention Kamala Sorisha or about their husband, but a lot of stuff can be said about Sorisha. And, she wants to exit the show with grace. If she wants to, then she can leave now, instead of Utahlale and then stuff is being said about her marriage. So Sorisha is a sweetheart. I mean, she has always not been one to address izinto. She doesn't even stand up for herself, kakulu. So, but unfortunately, reunion Lena, she had to address some of the things that transpired between herself and uNeil. But a lot of us are asking ourselves, ukuthi uzobuya yini? She had something to say. According to an article published by Ichisa Live, this is what she had said about the chances of her coming back as the cast member of the show. So when she was asked that, as one of the OGs of Durban, are you going to be back for season 5? if there is one. She said, if there's a major shakeup and the show is more aspirational and we see each other as women and not anything else, I would be back. So there is a chance for her to return back as the cast member of The Real Housewives of Durban. So when asked about leaving the reunion, she said, I was there for 90% of the time. I was hoping that we would clarify some issues and be able to amicably work some things out, but that did not happen. People were very hard in their mindset, and they were not going to change their mindset. So there was no point in saying certain things. Well, that's all from me. Please don't forget to let me know in the comment section about what you think about this story. And thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video.